Okay, so Saturday at Youmacon was the big day. Everything occurred on Saturday. All the good stuff, all the amazing events, all the great panels. Saturday was the day to go to if you could only choose one day, or if you could only do one day. And there were some of those, who could only go one day, and most of them chose Saturday. So, I'm going to go over first my schedule, and then Nick will go over his, and some things coincided, of course. So, after we got there, we used Greektown Casino again for parking and all that jazz. We both went to the Renaissance Center for a Bakano Durarara mystery murder panel.
And to me, I'm not really a geek boy or a fanboy of things or anything like that, but if I was a fanboy of something, it'd be for Bakano. Best anime ever.
I wouldn't go that far. But anyways,
almost best anime ever.
In my opinion, this panel was a letdown. I love Bakano and Durarara, but the panel was basically Clue.
It was Clue with the Bakano Durarara character cosplays. It was interesting how they did it, but
it just wasn't special.
I wanted to hear about how the series was great. I wanted to get into there and discuss about it.
A discussion about the series as a whole and everything that made it so great, the characters, the settings.
I want a reflection
the
on
non-linear style of Bakano's timelines.
There you go.
All of that would have been much better, and I've even suggested maybe we could do our own Bakano Durarara panel next year and do it right.
And even to be honest, the societal thing kind of showed up there about Durarara being more popular than Bakano in general.
Yeah.
It kind of showed through a little bit in this. They didn't treat him as equally as you would think. Durarara was clearly the one that was favorited amongst the panelists.
Yeah.
But they gave both series credit, and it was good. The Clue was fun. If you got involved in it, it was entertaining, and it was pretty interactive, so it was good. But it was just more entertaining than it was informative. I would rather have the informative with the entertainment of actually talking about it, and the interaction been more between the panelists and those who went there, discussing their favorite parts of the series per se.
Now, after this on Saturday, we came to a bit of a pit stop early on because, well, in the morning, I had a problem. I woke up. Don't give me that look. Yeah. I woke up and there was something wrong. This eye here, my right eye, there was some issue with it. And I couldn't open it without feeling extreme discomfort. So I went into the bathroom and I found out there was like some kind of lump on the inside of the eyelid. Which was kind of difficult to even find out, because for obvious reasons.
People don't want to hear about your medical condition. Tell them what you did.
But basically, I'm not like he said. I'm not going to go into the entire details of that because it'll take too long. But in general, I left my badge here at the house.
He left his fucking badge in this. Yes, you left your badge in here, in there.
Calm yourself.
You don't go to Youmacon without a badge. You don't go to war without a gun. I had to drive him back. I missed 2 panels.
Well,
okay, I missed 1 panel
most of the
other one. Most of the other one was Team 4-Star during the day.
Yeah, but you saw the better one, to put it away. The one that showed the Helsing Abridged episode.
Yeah, that was true. I did see that one. But apparently, though, at the beginning of this one, they showed the next episode of Team 4-Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged. They showed that one as a 100,000 fan extravaganza or 5-year special. They showed something else. They showed the first episode of their Attack on Titan Abridged. Also, I missed that.
You'll get to see it still. But anyways, we got that all figured out, and we went on. So, like we said, we got to the Team 4-Star panel, which was both of our lists, pretty much at the end. We got to see a little bit. There was still some comedy in there. Nappa ranting to Vegeta about condiments.
It was a parody on one of their last shows when Vegeta has sexual intercourse with Bulma, and then Bulma said Are you wearing protection? He's like, yeah, I was wearing armor. And it's like, where's your condom? It's like, condom. The bleep is that? It was. And then he said, then one of the guys asked, did Vegeta ever figure out what the condom was? He's like, I don't understand the question. And then Nappa did mention condom, Vegeta. It's the stuff you put on your hot dog. It was hilarious.
It was hilarious, and but that was about it. So after that, I had to switch. Well, after that, actually, I went to the dealer's hall to check it out, just get a feel for the place, and because I had a little bit of free time at this point. And there, like we mentioned before, it was basically a flea market. It was just a lot going on, a lot of different dealers, a lot of artists and people peddling their things. And there was a lot to choose from. There were DVDs, there was manga, there was keychains, plushies, posters galore,
yes.
Kamina flags.
Kamina!
All kinds of stuff. As far as pretty much anything you could think of that would be there.
Pierce the heavens, Brent. Anyway, yeah, and while he was doing that, I was in the...
wait, mine first. Remember?
I just was saying, while you were there, I was in the rent center eating food.
Okay.
If you want to know where I was, too.
You're going to get to it.
Well,
so, I ended up... I just got... It's not that I got lost in there, like I couldn't find my way, but I got lost. I just couldn't stop looking at things. And I completely missed Anime Jeopardy. Which sucks because I love Jeopardy, I love anime, and I would have liked to take part in that. But,
to be honest though, not all Anime Jeopardy panels rule.
Yeah.
I've seen it done bad before, and different kind of things.
So, I just extended my free time because I had free time after that as well, and I went to the game room back at the Rensen. After that was Hellsing Behind the Blood at 5.
Hellsing Behind the Blood, which was probably the highlight of my day.
I won't argue with that.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was entertaining. It was informative. It was funny.
Very.
And
basically,
yes.
For all you who wouldn't know, who weren't there or whatever, Hellsing Behind the Blood takes a look at the show as more than just gore and violence and everything. It looks at the political undertones and the characters, the settings, the different groups, and basically describes the show as more than just its violence and its lots of blood and guts and everything.
It goes into the origins, the potential mythology, potential mythological and movie references, or reading material references, and
they even mentioned the
games.
They even mentioned the differences between the original Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate.
But very briefly at the beginning, they focus on Hellsing Ultimate.
Right, and I mean, they mentioned like how the original Hellsing anime was coming out while the manga was still being published, and because the writer of the manga doesn't adhere to timetables or whatever, that they had to just wing it. And that's why Hellsing ended up going in a completely random direction.
The guy that made it was pissed. Was that
Well, I wouldn't say he was
it Kota Hirano?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say he was pissed. He was unhappy with the finished product, though, which is why they made Hellsing Ultimate. And
I'd be pissed if you ended my anime with the purple guy with the big head, which made no sense to the plot whatsoever.
Yeah. So that was easily the highlight. It was fun. It was informative. It was funny.
Wonderful.
It was just great, and it was nice to see all the different fans there. We met a couple people while waiting in line, and a girl dressed up nicely as Ceres Victoria with a giant cannon.
Was she made by herself?
Which was, he lifted it. Apparently, it was heavy.
Yeah, it wasn't that heavy. I could lift it with one arm. It was front heavy. It was between 20 and 25 pounds, by my estimate.
But still, for a cosplay costume, that's impressive.
Yeah, and it was nice to have, before we even went in, just to have serious conversation about what other people thought about Hellsing and the implications of what they were saying.
Right. Now, after that, I had free time once again. That ended at 6.
Me too.
So, Here's the fun part. This would be a close second to my highlight of the day. I went to the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic videos panel. It was a big theater-like room. A lot of bronies and people there. And it was basically just watching random music videos and stuff based on My Little Pony. There was a lot of random stuff there. There was like these videos of ponies sliding into boxes, and one of them slid into a box of nails, and it was like, wow. And then there was fluffy pink unicorns dancing on rainbows, which had an interesting part in it where the thing was dancing on Rainbow Dash. And why do you have my monkey?
Because it's more manly what you're talking about. And we need more manliness in this video.
Well, Kamina's dead.
Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Screw you. Why? You know I'm still in mourning.
Anyways, so after that went from about 8:30 to 10:30, but I left a little early. Because at 10 o'clock, he wanted me to go with him to Anime Boobs or Bust.
Yes!
And
what real men go to.
Women. We are not going to talk about that.
What?
Because to put it simply, to talk about it on here would be inappropriate.
Oh, come on. We don't have to go into detail about everything.
To put it simply, it was porn.
Oh, come on.
And it was wrong.
That was not porn.
And I wanted to get out of there, but I really had no way to get out of there.
Because it was packed full with people that wanted to see boobs in anime.
And I was just completely uncomfortable the entire time.
I can understand that. I'll tell you about my thing after a few years. But for the Anime Boobs and Bust, it was actually informative for the first few minutes, and actually gave a detailed just a description of the structure and stuff of the breast. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not porn. It's like a medical thing, almost. That with a little bit of fling, and then they went over to the more anime breasty.
Pin the nipple on the boobie.
Yes, pin the nipple on the boob. And
okay.
It was fun.
It was
funny. It was hilarious. Surprisingly enough, it was led by 2 girls. So it wasn't sexist. And it had about 40% to 60%, 40% girls to 60% guys.
Moving on. After that, I had a little more free time.